Hello world, it is Tuesday, August 18th, 2020, and it's a beautiful morning this morning in Defiance. We had a really cool night and a pretty cool morning. It's still pretty cool right now. I got a chance to get out and go for a bike ride, so I hope you can enjoy this weather and get outside a little bit today as well. Today I'm going to be reading a devotion from my book, Rise Up, Spirituality for Resistance, written by the UCC Still Speaking Writers. And the devotion I've selected for today is entitled Hope is a Verb, and it's written by Elsa Cook. And Elsa bases the devotion on Luke chapter 20, verse 36. Indeed, they cannot die anymore because they are like angels and are children of God, being children of the resurrection. And Elsa writes, when I was growing up in eastern North Carolina, the Reverend William Barber says, I used to love to sit in my grandma's kitchen and listen to her sing as she made dinner. Whenever she was done cooking, she'd give me a plate to eat. Then she and some of the other sisters from the church would make up some to-go plates, and, with their aprons still on, they'd head out the door to visit the sick and shut-in. We going to hope somebody, Grandma would say. He loved his grandma, but he was convinced she had really bad grammar. He knew well that hope isn't a verb. He's right. It isn't a verb until you or I need it to be. The rules of grammar must change because a child of the resurrection needs it to change. That's what the Sadducees asked Jesus. They've convinced themselves that they know everything there is to know about hope. Nothing is unexpected. Everything is clear. But that's not so for the work of justice and love. We don't do this work because we are convinced we will win. We struggle for justice because there isn't enough hope and somebody needs it. Jesus sides not with the good reverend, but with grandmama. Hope is a verb, he says, that pulls you up from the depths of despair, shakes you from your pain, and points toward life. It's not just an idea, but it's what pushes you out the door to say that this isn't the end. This isn't all there is, and there is justice to be done. Head out the door and go hope on somebody. And Elsa's prayer. God, make me one of your angels today. Help me to hope on somebody. Amen. A couple of things came to mind for me as I read this devotion this morning. And one is, of course, the pandemic. And there's people starting to struggle with our inability to worship in person. They don't feel the same connection, or they can't achieve a connection because of internet service being so poor where they are. And to me that says they're lacking in hope. They need someone to hope on them. And I'm not sure what the answer is. Our consistory has decided to wait a couple more weeks before determining whether we will meet in person for in-person worship again. Schools are opening next week here, and in some areas where schools have opened, they've already gone to online worship, or online education, or reverted back to that because of a sudden increase in the number of cases due to students coming to school. With so much unknown and so much uncertainty, hope is hard. But imagine how people feel who come from oppressed groups or marginalized groups who have been struggling for years and continue to see issues and oppression and have so for years and years. They need someone to hope on them. Those of us who aren't in those positions, I think this devotion speaks to us to get up and go out and start doing some work. There's lots of things we can still do even in the midst of this oppression, or this pandemic, oppressive pandemic. There's a lot we can do and a lot we need to do to be Christ's disciples in the world and to hope on somebody who really needs it. So think about somebody you might be able to call today and talk to and let them know that we're still a church community even though we're not worshiping in person. Write some letters to some of your government representatives. Maybe make some phone calls or write some emails, pressing them to do the work that's needed to give people hope. This is a struggle. It's a struggle for all of us. I'm struggling with it too. But we still have each other to hope on. I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Take care.